Hey guys, welcome back. Turbo2 here today with a new video, and today we're taking a look at an upcoming free-to-play kart racer game called KartRider Drift. This game's coming out in 2022, probably pretty early because it seems pretty finished already, for all the major consoles, PS4, PS5, both the Xboxes, the PC as well, and with full crossplay right from launch. Now, obviously, there are comparisons to be drawn to Mario Kart, and that's what we're going to be doing today, mainly. I'm also going to be giving my sort of initial thoughts on the game after having played the closed beta. I believe I'm able to share all this video footage, so let's hope so. I didn't sign any NDAs or anything. But there's going to be some of the game up in the background, but we're going to go straight into it. I don't really want to draw this out too much. I want to preface all this by saying I am extremely good at Mario Kart 8. It is like shocking and appalling how talented I am at Mario Kart 8. I may be among the best in the world. I come from a long line of Mario Kart talent. Myself and my cousin Jessica used to play Mario Kart way back in the day on the Wii. Way back on the Wii when we were a little younger. All the time, Mario Kart 7. And now, with Mario Kart 8, I used to slay major Punani on that game. I was like an unstoppable force and an immovable object all in one. I don't think I've ever lost a race. I don't think I've ever even come close to being in second place probably in my entire career. So we're going to lead with that as my sort of preface that I do know what I'm talking about. I really did enjoy Mario Kart 8 back on the Wii U. I really loved that game. And we're going to be comparing it a lot to that and just Mario Kart in general. And I want to start with my main major point in case you want to just click away right away. This game is better, in my opinion, in every way except the actual gameplay. And I'll explain what I mean by that, but the actual kart racing, the driving, the playing, the whole part of the game that is the game part of the game, is not as good. It's not even nearly as good as Mario Kart 8. Or 7, or really probably any of them. It's not even close to being as good as Mario Kart 8. It really needs some work. I feel like this is thinking that it should be catering to like a very young audience. But in my opinion, if you're making a free-to-play kart racer, I think you're honestly catering to a decently older audience at this point. Like people my age, like late teens, early 20s. As well as a much younger audience. And the way that Mario Kart does that very well is with the CCs. So, you know, you can race like 50 CCs. You can take a nap in between each turn. You can sort of play with one eye open if you want, maybe one hand while you're on your phone, and then your little like brain dead cousin can play on the player 2 controller, get 12th place, but at least he can still steer. Now, you usually crank up to 150 CCs if you're a man of any sort of gall or fortitude of any kind. And like true men, we all race on 150 cc's, maybe some mirror mode if we're feeling a little feisty. And that's how Mario Kart is meant to be, is fast and skilled. And, you know, it's with Mario Kart 8 especially, it's very item dependent and less skill based, but there is a lot of like high level techniques and sort of like skills, you know, drifting and like hopping around the corners, whatever they used to call that, and, you know, slipstreaming on people, and etc, etc. There is skill to Mario Kart 8, whereas this game, I truly don't think there is. I mean, I played it for a little while, and I just don't see any depth to the game. And I also am just snoozing with how slow it is. There's no, like, CC option, and this has to be, like, 50 CCs. It's pain. It's suffering incarnate. Like, you're watching the gameplay right now. This is as fast as it goes. And there's not really, like, a catch-up mechanic of any kind like Mario where you'll just start getting like bullshit bills out the ass and you'll start gaining on people. It just seems like once you're kind of in the back of the pack, you're just kind of in the back of the pack. Like I played one race, my first race, and I won that one just barely. And it seems if you're near the front, all you get is shields. But that kind of defeats the purpose because then no one can knock you out of the front unless they like blue shell you. I don't know the names of the real items, but they're all pretty much one-to-one copies. There's like a blue shell, there's like a green shell, there's a banana, there's a shield, there's the cloud that shrinks you, all that kind of stuff. But you can't really lose first once you're in it unless you get blue shelled or like split stream boosted off of by someone else. And that's the only sort of mechanic in the game. Like, there is a drift, but I think it's way too, like, heavy. Like, you drift and you're drifting. Like, you are turned like 90 degrees. I really prefer the Mario Kart 8 style where you're kind of always drifting, but you're, counter drifting and, you're schmooving. You're going side to side, and you get the boost from that. This one, I think you get a boost, but you have to drift for a really long time and, like, pretty much 90-degree turn yourself, so then the boost doesn't actually do much. But they also have a mechanic where drifting builds up a meter that gives you an item, which is pretty much always a speed boost. So you drift enough, you get like a boost you can use, like a sort of red mushroom anytime. And speaking of red mushrooms, another thing I really don't like about this game, as far as like having zero skill or of any kind, is I didn't see any shortcuts. I only played like 3 or 4 races, but I didn't see any shortcuts anywhere. I saw one map where you could go like above if you boosted on a jump, but the track was almost exactly the same, and I don't think you really got an advantage except for being off the track of where the others are racing, so they might not hit you with an item. But there's no like crossing a field, hitting your mushroom, and gaining, like using items to actually like pass people and take shortcuts and cut across the map and do some crazy skips. Stuff like that does not exist in this, as far as I can tell, at least in its current state. And even I tried falling onto one of the slow areas, like there's a snowy area that slows you down, just like driving off the track or whatever, and trying to use a boost on that, and it does not work. It doesn't negate the out of bounds, slowdown, so you can't do any shortcuts, which means there's really no like draw to the game besides you all are just racing in a line, going around the laps, doing the exact same thing as each other, and one of you ends up winning. It's just not as much depth as it should be. I understand that it's free, but they're basically just one-to-one copying Mario Kart, and it just doesn't have the same level of like polished racing skill to it, in my opinion. It's really slow. It has sort of lackluster items, and you just kind of go around and around. There's no depth to it, there's no skill to it, there's no advanced sort of drifting or anything like that. You don't even really have to drift. To be completely honest, I don't think I really did, and I won the race. So that said, what it does have going is decent online, just as good as Mario Kart's, I would say, which isn't saying much because Nintendo's in the Stone Age, still using dial-up. But the online is functional, so that makes it better than Mario Kart's already. And then, as far as pretty much every other feature, as I said at the beginning, is stronger in this game. There's daily challenges, there's weeklies, there's a premium pass and a free pass. And for me in the beta, I don't know if this is how it will be on launch. I assume not, because they need to make money somehow. But the premium pass for me was unlocked by doing sort of single player alone race challenges. They weren't really races even. There was like little mini games that you would do. And once you did enough mini games, not only did you get like items and cars for doing that and characters and stuff, you also then unlocked the premium pass. It was called like an advanced license, and you had to do challenges to get your advanced license. Thought it was really cool. I hope that part of that makes it in the main game. It is really cool. Those little mini games. A lot of them were pretty terrible, but again, geared towards children. I could see how they would be cool and fun, and they weren't like horrendous or anything. They just weren't engaging or fun, and they went on way too long. But onto the items, you get a bunch of cars and I guess carts. You get a bunch of carts and wheels, and you can fully customize your car. There's even liveries, which I didn't level up enough to do liveries because you have to play a lot to get that. But I've seen video footage of it, and it's like decals and paints, and you can do the full spectrum of painting and putting decals on the side of your car. And then for the customization, think kind of like Rocket League. You can switch out your wheels and your boost on any cart. There's 3 different customization spots as well, like the skirting, the rear, and I think the front. And you can switch those out by doing challenges to unlock some, leveling up the cars, because the cars level up, I assume, gives you some as well. And then the battle pass car, like on the pass, as you level, you get parts for it. So you can customize the way your car looks, which is pretty cool. Something that Mario Kart just doesn't have. And all of this sort of is stuff that Mario Kart doesn't have, just like features that make a game like modernized and a game. There's characters that you can switch out, and they have like emotes and skins and on and on and on. And then, doing a daily challenge gives you 1 tier on the pass. Doing a weekly gives you 3 tiers, I believe. And the pass that I had to work with was only 20 tiers long. So pretty easy to finish that in not much time at all. None of the challenges were that crazy. They were pretty long, but the weeklies being long makes sense. And that's more or less the entirety of the non-racing part of the game. There's a lot of good features here. I like how you can change your carts and your character and your skins. and your wheels and on and on and on. And livery is really, really cool to see. I hope that if there ever is a new Mario Kart game, maybe in another decade, that they have liveries and stuff like that that actually make a game fun beyond the actual gameplay. Like progressing and customizing and stuff like that is always fun in a game. So it's really cool to see that sort of stuff. But like I said, the gameplay, in my opinion, is just lacking, and it definitely needs to be sped up. I would love to play this game when it comes out, but I cannot do it if this is the speed that it goes at. I just fully honest, full disclosure, I would not play this if it was this slow. There needs to be another mode. And I did play a mode called like speed mode, which you unlock after you've done a few item races. Item races being just like normal Mario Kart. There's item boxes, you drive through them, you get like a bomb or whatever, and you do 3 laps. But duo speed is what I played, and there's like solo speed, and there was no difference except for there were no item boxes, and all you got was your boosts from drifting. So you'd get like a red mushroom equivalent from doing drifts, and it was terrible. It was just slow and boring. It wasn't any faster. I thought that would be like the 150cc version. So I would say they need to speed this boy up. There's a lot of very childy mechanics in it. There's like, you can turn on like assisted driving or something like that it's called, where it shows you when to drift and what the best track to drive on to stay on the track is, and you'll never miss a turn with assisted driving. It'll tell you when a turn's coming. Like that stuff, I don't really think that's necessary. Unless this is truly for like children, like tiny prepubescent, maybe like prenatal even children. Like they would have to be wee lads. But again, I learned as a wee lad playing with the big boys on the real Mario Kart. You slap on Mario Kart 64, you get ran over by a few buses, and you know, your big cousin kind of like spits on you. You go, you're trash, you're shit, kid, you're trash. And then you train, and you become stronger and better. And everything nowadays, everyone's got to win. That's another thing. When you finish a race, no matter what place you're in, you always go up. It's not like a ranking, but it's like leveling your cars. You're all winners, and that's maybe just a personal thing. I'm not trying to be too boomer or anything. But back in my day, you suffered in 12th, you fell off Rainbow Road like 10 times in a night, you went to bed sad. But now, the game basically plays itself. So I don't know what to tell you. It isn't bad, but it needs work. It needs to be faster. I am being fully honest, no jokes, no goofs. It's free, I know, so it's obviously going to do well with like kids, like it's aiming to do. But there's no appeal without being faster and at least some more skill to it of some kind. Even if that is just adding shortcuts or balancing items. But just speeding it up in general will add skill, because then you actually have to drive within the lines and drift at certain times instead of just holding R2, going around and around and around. That said, it's fully free to play. It has cross-play, and it's, I'm pretty sure, the only free racing game, never mind just kart game, the only free like racer or kart racer of its kind. Oh, sure, you can pick up Garfield Kart for like $4, but this is free. This is that free, and it's on all the consoles with full crossplay, so I can play with my friends on PC, on PS4, on Xbox, on PS5. We can all slowly drive around in circles. That's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more by me, check out the channel. I really appreciate it. We're over 4,500 now, and that's some gamer stuff right there. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, comment down below, let me know what you think. If you've tried the closed beta or the game at all, if you're excited for it, let me know about that down below, what you think, etc. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.